Welcome to Globewise Entertainment. If you're a fan of classic sci-fi adventures, forgotten gems, and timeless cinematic worlds, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into 12 legendary science fiction movies you can watch absolutely free on YouTube right now, from silent-era masterpieces to cult classics that shape the future of sci-fi as we know it. Each film on this list is a window into the imagination of the past, proving that visionary storytelling doesn't need CGI to blow your mind. So sit back, relax, and discover which of these retro wonders still shine bright in today's digital age. If you haven't subscribed to Globewise Entertainment yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into the world of movies, pop culture, and hidden cinematic treasures. Tell us in the comments, which of these classic sci-fi movies is your favorite? We'd love to hear from you. 1. The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951. The sci-fi masterpiece that warned humanity. In 1951, as the Cold War loomed and fear of nuclear destruction gripped the world, Hollywood released a science fiction film that was far more than just aliens and spaceships. It was a mirror held up to humanity itself. The Day the Earth Stood Still opens with a scene that still feels hauntingly real. A UFO silently descending over Washington, D.C., causing panic, confusion, and awe. From this mysterious craft steps Klaatu, played by Michael Rennie, a calm, intelligent alien who brings not invasion, but a warning. His message? That humanity's violence and atomic ambitions have not gone unnoticed, and if Earth cannot learn peace, it will face consequences from a far greater galactic power. Klaatu is accompanied by Gort, the towering, emotionless robot whose power to destroy entire armies with a single beam of light makes him one of the most iconic figures in sci-fi history. Together, they represent both the hope and fear of a new atomic age, a time when mankind stood on the edge of both self-destruction and enlightenment. Director Robert Wise, later known for West Side Story and The Sound of Music, crafted this film not just as entertainment but as a profound plea for unity. And Bernard Herrmann's eerie theremin soundtrack gives it that unmistakable, otherworldly tension that defined early 1950s sci-fi. The film's message, Klaatu Barada Nikto, became a cultural legend, symbolizing the fragile balance between power and peace. Decades later, its influence can be felt in everything from E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind to Arrival. And here's the best part. You can experience this historic, thought-provoking sci-fi gem completely free on YouTube, restored in HD quality. It's a must-watch for anyone who loves classic cinema that still speaks truth to our modern world. 2. Forbidden Planet, 1956. Released in 1956, Forbidden Planet isn't just another space adventure. It's a milestone that changed science fiction forever. Long before Star Wars or Star Trek, this film imagined interstellar travel, advanced civilizations, and artificial intelligence, all wrapped in dazzling color and groundbreaking special effects for its time. The story follows Commander Adams, played by a young Leslie Nielsen, leading a space crew to the distant planet Altair 4. They're there to investigate a long-lost expedition, but what they find is beyond imagination. A mysterious scientist, his brilliant daughter, and a powerful robot named Robbie are the only inhabitants left. But something invisible and deadly lurks in the shadows. A force born from human intellect itself. Inspired loosely by Shakespeare's The Tempest, Forbidden Planet explores the dangers of unchecked knowledge and the power of the subconscious mind. It's intelligent, suspenseful, and visually stunning, even by today's standards. Fun fact, Forbidden Planet was one of the first films to feature an entirely electronic music score and a fully designed sci-fi universe, influencing everything from Star Trek's starship aesthetics to the concept of AI seen in later classics like 2001, A Space Odyssey. And the best part? You can watch it completely free on YouTube, in full HD. If you're a fan of vintage sci-fi that still feels ahead of its time, this one's a must-watch. Which classic space adventure do you think aged the best? Tell us in the comments. 3. Soylent Green, 1973. In the grim future of 2022, which doesn't seem so far away anymore, the Earth is choking under pollution, overpopulation, and food shortages. The oceans are dying, real food is a luxury for the elite, and the streets are filled with desperate citizens relying on a mysterious synthetic meal called Soylent Green. Charlton Heston stars as a weary detective named Thorne, who stumbles upon a shocking government conspiracy while investigating the death of a powerful businessman. What he uncovers changes everything humanity believes about survival itself, leading to one of the most haunting endings in sci-fi history. Directed by Richard Fleischer, Soylent Green isn't just a dystopian thriller, it's a chilling warning about what happens when greed, climate collapse, and human apathy collide. Even decades later, its message hits harder than ever. With its eerie atmosphere, prophetic storyline, and unforgettable twist, Soylent Green remains a defining classic that proves science fiction can be both entertaining and deeply thought-provoking. And yes, this legendary movie is free to watch right now on YouTube, making it the perfect pick for fans of intelligent retro sci-fi. 4. Logan's Run, 1976. The dystopian dream gone wrong. In a gleaming futuristic city sealed under a massive dome, Logan's Run takes us into a chillingly perfect world, one without war, hunger, or disease. Humanity has achieved eternal youth and pleasure, but at a horrifying price. No one is allowed to live past the age of 30. Logan 5, played by the charismatic Michael York, is a Sandman, an enforcer whose job is to hunt down those who try to escape their preordained death, known as runners. But when Logan himself is ordered to infiltrate the underground resistance and hunt for the mysterious sanctuary, he begins to question everything he's been taught. What follows is an adrenaline-fueled escape through stunning sci-fi landscapes, dazzling 1970s visual effects, and one of the most iconic robot showdowns in classic cinema. With its mix of psychedelic visuals, social commentary, and thrilling action, Logan's Run predicted the dangers of a world obsessed with beauty, youth, and control long before Black Mirror or The Hunger Games. It's a rare gem that perfectly captures 1970s sci-fi ambition, both visually dazzling and thematically haunting. And the best part? You can watch it for free right now on YouTube, a chance to relive one of the most thought-provoking sci-fi adventures of all time, remastered and restored for modern audiences. If you love futuristic dystopias, mind-bending social experiments, and vintage sci-fi style, Logan's Run is an essential watch that proves the 1970s were decades ahead of their time. 5. Planet of the Apes, 1968. Back in 1968, when man first dreamed of reaching the moon, another movie took audiences even further, into the dark mirror of our own civilization. Planet of the Apes wasn't just science fiction, it was a chilling prophecy wrapped in adventure. The story follows astronaut George Taylor, played by the legendary Charlton Heston, who crash lands on a strange planet where apes rule and humans are treated like animals. What begins as a thrilling sci-fi mystery slowly unfolds into a shocking reflection of humanity's own flaws, arrogance, war, and the endless hunger for power. Every line of dialogue, every eerie jungle chase, and every haunting expression from the apes' perfectly crafted masks told us something deeper, that the real beast might not be the one in front of us, but the one within us. The film's unforgettable final scene, set against the ruins of the Statue of Liberty, became one of the most iconic moments in cinema history, a gut-punching twist that left audiences speechless for decades. It wasn't just another movie, it was a cultural earthquake, one that questioned what it truly means to be human. And even today, more than 50 years later, its message feels as powerful and urgent as ever. The best part? You can watch Planet of the Apes, 1968, completely free on YouTube right now, a true Hollywood milestone available for every sci-fi lover to experience again. So, if you've never witnessed this groundbreaking classic, now's your chance. Step into a world ruled by apes, and prepare for an ending you'll never forget. 6. The Andromeda Strain, 1971. In 1971, director Robert Wise, the genius behind The Day the Earth Stood Still and West Side Story, brought audiences one of the most realistic and chilling sci-fi thrillers ever made, The Andromeda Strain. The story begins with a U.S. satellite crashing into a small desert town in New Mexico. But when a military recovery team arrives, they discover something horrifying. Every resident in the town is dead, their bodies frozen in mid-motion, except for an old man and a crying infant. A top-secret team of scientists is immediately assembled inside a high-tech underground lab called Project Wildfire. Their mission? Identify and contain a mysterious extraterrestrial microorganism that could wipe out all life on Earth. What makes the Andromeda Strain so compelling is its grounded realism. There are no laser battles or alien monsters, just cold, scientific terror. The film's tension comes from procedures, protocols, and human error, the way real science might fail under pressure. Using early computer technology, biohazard suits, and claustrophobic set designs, the movie perfectly captures the paranoia of the Cold War era, when humanity's biggest threat might come not from outer space, but from its own curiosity. With its haunting electronic score, eerie sterile visuals, and slow-burning suspense, the Andromeda Strain feels almost prophetic today, predicting pandemics, biocontamination, and the dangers of artificial intelligence long before they became real-world fears. If you're a fan of intelligent, cerebral science fiction, this one's a must-watch. And the best part? You can stream it for free right now on YouTube, fully remastered and still as gripping as it was over 50 years ago. 7. Plan 9 from Outer Space, 1959. If you've ever wondered how a movie could be so terrible that it somehow becomes legendary, look no further than Plan 9 from Outer Space. Released in 1959, directed by the infamous Ed Wood, and starring Bela Lugosi in his final screen appearance, this film is the very definition of so bad, it's brilliant. Set in a small California town, aliens attempt to stop humanity from developing a doomsday weapon by resurrecting the dead, yes, literally bringing corpses back to life, to take over the planet. You get flying saucers made of paper plates, tombstones that wobble when actors walk past, and dialogue so melodramatic it feels like a fever dream of 1950s paranoia. But here's the twist, Plan 9 wasn't made to be bad. Ed Wood genuinely believed he was crafting a groundbreaking science fiction epic. And that's what makes it so fascinating. Beneath the cheesy effects and awkward edits lies the passion of a filmmaker who simply refused to give up, even when budgets and logic ran out. Decades later, the movie has achieved cult immortality. It's been lovingly mocked, celebrated, and even studied in film schools for its sheer audacity. Tim Burton's biopic Ed Wood, 1994, revived interest in this forgotten gem, turning it into a global curiosity piece. And the best part? You can watch Plan 9 from Outer Space absolutely free on YouTube, in restored quality. Whether you view it as a cinematic train wreck or a tribute to one man's unstoppable creativity, this is one sci-fi classic you'll never forget. Fun fact, the film's original tagline promised, "Unspeakable horrors from outer space paralyze the living and resurrect the dead." And honestly, that's exactly what it delivers. 8. The Time Machine, 1960. If you've ever dreamed of stepping inside a machine and watching centuries unfold before your eyes, The Time Machine, 1960, is your golden ticket through time itself. Directed by George Pal and based on H.G. Wells' groundbreaking 1895 novel, this film isn't just a sci-fi adventure, it's a haunting reflection on humanity's future. Rod Taylor stars as George, a curious inventor living in Victorian England, who builds a shimmering, brass-laden contraption capable of defying the very flow of time. With a push of a lever, he rockets through decades, witnessing the rise and fall of civilizations, the horrors of war, and the shocking transformation of mankind itself. As he journeys thousands of years into the future, George discovers a chilling world divided between the gentle, childlike Aloy and the monstrous Morlocks who lurk underground. The film's Oscar-winning special effects might look charmingly retro today, but in 1960 they were jaw-dropping, especially that mesmerizing sequence of time speeding past as buildings crumble and regrow. What makes the time machine truly timeless is its message. It asks, with all our progress, are we really moving forward, or just circling back to our own destruction? That philosophical edge is what separates this movie from simple spectacle, and makes it still relevant more than 60 years later. Even better? You can watch The Time Machine completely free right now on YouTube, remastered and in full color. It's a perfect evening watch for fans of retro sci-fi, classic adventure, or anyone who's ever wished they could travel through time and witness the fate of humanity firsthand. 9. The Incredible Shrinking Man, 1957. In 1957, The Incredible Shrinking Man arrived in theaters, and audiences weren't prepared for the psychological and emotional depth hiding inside this black-and-white sci-fi gem. What starts as a simple tale of a man exposed to a mysterious radioactive mist turns into one of the most profound explorations of existence, identity, and survival ever seen in mid-century cinema. Scott Carey, the film's protagonist, begins to shrink, not metaphorically, but literally, as his body diminishes inch by inch with each passing day. What follows isn't just a battle against nature, it's a haunting confrontation with fate, masculinity, and the fragility of human control. From struggling to use everyday objects to fighting a giant spider in his basement, the film uses groundbreaking practical effects that still look impressive even in the age of CGI. The perspective shots were revolutionary for the 1950s, transforming household settings into towering alien landscapes. But what truly set The Incredible Shrinking Man apart was its ending, philosophical, spiritual, and strangely uplifting. As Scott continues to shrink beyond the reach of human sight, he realizes he's not vanishing, he's becoming infinite. The closing narration, reflecting on man's place in the universe, still gives goosebumps to sci-fi fans nearly 70 years later. Directed by Jack Arnold, known for Creature from the Black Lagoon and It Came from Outer Space, this film proved that science fiction could be more than monsters and ray guns. It could be deeply human and poetic. And the best part? You can stream The Incredible Shrinking Man completely free on YouTube right now, restored in stunning quality, a must-watch for anyone who loves classic storytelling, practical effects, and the golden age of sci-fi cinema. 10. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1956. In the small, peaceful town of Santa Mira, something terrifying is happening, but no one believes it at first. People start whispering that their loved ones aren't the same, that behind familiar faces, there's something cold, something missing. Dr. Miles Bennell, played by Kevin McCarthy, begins to uncover a truth so shocking it redefines science fiction forever. Humanity itself is being replaced, one perfect copy at a time. The 1956 invasion of the Body Snatchers isn't just another alien invasion flick, it's a psychological masterpiece wrapped in mid-century paranoia. Released during the height of Cold War fears, it captured the nation's anxiety about conformity, identity, and the loss of individuality. What makes it even more chilling is how quietly it unfolds. There are no laser battles or monsters tearing through cities, just ordinary people, slowly being replaced by emotionless duplicates grown from mysterious alien pods. And the scariest part? You can't tell who's human anymore. Shot in stark black and white, this film uses shadows, silence, and suspicion to create an atmosphere of creeping dread that still works today. It's the kind of sci-fi that doesn't just entertain, it lingers, leaving you questioning what it really means to be human. And the best part? You can experience this timeless classic free on YouTube right now. No subscriptions, no signups, just pure vintage sci-fi brilliance from one of Hollywood's golden ages. So if you love smart, suspenseful storytelling with deep social undertones, hit play and prepare for a quiet invasion that never really ended. 11. The Man Who Fell to Earth, 1976. The alien who showed us what it means to be human. Among the most fascinating free-to-watch sci-fi gems on YouTube right now is The Man Who Fell to Earth, 1976, a haunting and visionary film starring the legendary David Bowie in his most mesmerizing role. This isn't your typical alien invasion story. Instead, it's a deeply emotional and visually stunning journey about isolation, greed, and what happens when humanity loses its way. Bowie plays Thomas Jerome Newton, an alien who crash lands on Earth while searching for water to save his dying planet. Gifted with extraordinary intelligence, Newton uses his advanced knowledge to build a powerful business empire. But as he becomes entangled in human corruption, materialism, and emotional weakness, his mission and his very identity begin to crumble. Directed by Nicholas Regg, the film is a surreal blend of science fiction, art, and philosophy. Its dreamlike storytelling, eerie cinematography, and haunting soundtrack turn it into a meditation on fame, loneliness, and what it truly means to be human. Bowie's performance, both otherworldly and heartbreakingly fragile, feels like a reflection of his own enigmatic persona, a rock star who never quite fit into Earth's mold. What makes this movie stand out even today is its daring vision. Long before modern blockbusters explored alien emotions or existential themes, the man who fell to Earth dared to ask, what if humanity's greatest weakness isn't technology, but our inability to care for one another? If you're tired of CGI-heavy sci-fi and crave something profound, poetic, and hauntingly beautiful, this cult classic is a must-watch. And yes, it's available free on YouTube right now, restored in HD for new generations to experience. Pro tip: watch it late at night, alone with headphones. Let Bowie's alien eyes draw you into a world where the lines between humanity and alienation blur completely. Which scene or quote from The Man Who Fell to Earth struck you the most? Tell us in the comments below. 12. Metropolis, 1927. The dawn of science fiction cinema. Before Star Wars, before Blade Runner, there was Metropolis, a 1927 silent-era masterpiece that still stands as one of the most visionary films ever made. Directed by Fritz Lang, this German expressionist classic laid the foundation for nearly every futuristic dystopia we've seen on screen since. Set in a vast city of the future, Metropolis imagines a world sharply divided between the lavish towers of the rich and the dark underground machines of the working class. When the son of the city's ruler, Frieder, falls in love with Maria, a prophetic woman from the lower depths, he uncovers the brutal reality beneath the shining skyline. What follows is a breathtaking tale of rebellion, compassion, and the timeless struggle between man, machine, and morality. Even today, the film's colossal cityscapes, intricate miniatures, and haunting imagery are nothing short of cinematic magic. The iconic robot, the Maskenmensch Machine Man, became a lasting symbol of artificial intelligence long before the word AI even existed. You can now watch Metropolis completely free on YouTube, beautifully restored with its original score and missing scenes rediscovered decades later. It's not just a movie, it's a journey into the roots of sci-fi storytelling, where visionary art meets timeless social commentary. For lovers of Blade Runner, 1984, or The Matrix, this is where it all began, the movie that inspired them all. So grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and step into the futuristic city that changed cinema forever. Watch it now on YouTube. Metropolis, 1927. Full movie's public domain restoration. A true must-see for every science fiction fan and film lover. And that wraps up our journey through 12 free-to-watch classic sci-fi movies on YouTube. Each of these timeless films reminds us how imagination, even decades ago, could create worlds beyond belief, without the help of modern technology. From the mechanical wonders of Metropolis to the cosmic mysteries of later sci-fi hits, these movies prove that great storytelling never gets old. If you haven't subscribed to Globewise Entertainment yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration into the hidden corners of film history, retro cinema, and cult classics. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these sci-fi classics did you enjoy the most? Drop your favorite in the comment box below and join the conversation with fellow movie lovers. Until next time, this is Globewise Entertainment, where timeless movies never fade, they just get rediscovered.